What makes this greater than or equal to 0 is from -2 to 3, and those will be with brackets because it's an or equal, combined with 6 to infinity. But the 6 here will be a parentheses because the 6 makes it undefined, and we cannot count that point. The other way to say that is -2 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 3, or x is greater than 6. That's the other way to say that. They're harder to see as a graph when we're looking at it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As we know, with that x minus 6 in the denominator, we have a vertical asymptote here at x equals 6. And if you check and look for zeros in this area, you will find that there is a 0 here at -2, 0, and a 0 here at 3, 0. If you did it by finding those zeros, and you can see this is below, so to have these be zeros, it actually comes above here. It just doesn't really show on this graph. So it would be greater than or equal to 0 between -2 and 3 with a bracket, or all of this is greater than or equal to 0. So that would be the 6 to infinity. To try. Now this one, we don't have the 0 on the right side by itself, so we have to move the 1. So x plus 1 over 2x minus 1, and then it'll be minus 1, is greater than or equal to 0. Now our steps say that we have to find a common denominator, and this would be a 1, so the common denominator here is 2x minus 1. So 2x minus 1, x plus 1. If we're going to use a 2x minus 1 as the denominator here, to keep it equal to 1, we just take 1 times a 2x minus 1. That's greater than or equal to 0. Combine these. X plus 1 minus 2x minus 1 all over my 2x minus 1. So x plus 1 minus 2x plus 1 over 2x minus 1. Now, making the numerator equal to 0. A little more work here yet. I'll come up here to make sure we remember what we're doing. So x and a -2x will be a -x plus 1 plus 1. So plus 2 over 2x minus 1 equals 0. What makes the numerator equal 0? -x plus 2 equals 0. So 2 equals x. Makes it equal 0. And then the denominator, 2x minus 1 equaling 0. 2x will equal 1. So x will equal 1/2. This is where it's undefined. This at 0. Time for my sign diagram. So we have 1/2, positive 1/2, and 2. At the 2 it's 0. At the 1/2 it's undefined. Trying numbers here. Well, smaller than the 1/2 could be 0. So going to this inequality here. This is my step 1 inequality. So negative 0 plus 2 over 0 minus 1. So this is negative. Between 1/2 and 2, I think I'll use 1. So 1, remember this is a negative x. So negative 1 plus 2 over 2 times 1, 2 minus 1. Oh, that's 1 over 1, and that's a positive. And over here, we use 3. So for 3, negative 3 plus 2 over 2 times 3, 6 minus 1. That'll leave me negative 1 over 5. So that'll be a negative. So we want this to be greater than or equal to 0. So it's only this section from 1/2 to 2. This is or equal, but this is the undefined, so parentheses here and a bracket with the 2. Or the other way to say that would be 1/2 is less than x is less than or equal to 2.